Fedu before you Ghana ni uni mamia or ye white. And yes, any mamia half caste, ne mamia fully white. White oh, and so you won't Ghana here. To go fedu before you Ghana ni. Henry Assembly. On your Ghana ni. And these are things that Munamuko Resi Assembly. And I'm okay say about 73,000 or 76,000 no. I'm more kind of crampon. It constituted as at that time 10% of your own biometric, facial biometric, your friend is saying, device outcome. And yes, sir. No more. Say, what 10%? No, thank you. I can't just hope as say, voters in United Togo for me. Also, you're out of which you know. Say, this same yastic, I would do so. Or more mere voters, no, Ecosuso, you're there. What's the no dear, Funlani for us. Wabra me Funlani for you, I am Bebre, Madame from Menafun Bebre. And they tell me, sir, never in the history of their, you say, on the allow, say, Bawumia, Ayri, way babe, first lady. Yeah, no crap on them, so man, and say, come what? Who power much out and then our Muju Sikadi almost a moon few. I'm just ready because of much I levy. Levy crater because Kwablan saying who quacoton and tree and yas you have to pay levy. Eti Kwabra Electoral Commission did rock a seer Ama Ora VRAC crab. Baby, I would debiano. Minini send is some any because he is the first that ever did the audit. He did an audit into the register. Kwabra, did the MPP not go to the Supreme Court at some point to get the Supreme Court to compel the Electoral Commission to do an audit into the register? Yeah. Have they forgotten? Were they not led by Minuya Funlani, Samira, Ninuya Abu Ramadan?
Our own brother.
Yes, our brother. Was it not led by him? So you see, sometimes when people approbate and reprobate, it's sad. Media, me two NDC phobia. Now we know, I think say an NDC matter alone. A Ghana funyina sem. Ebia because of how Omono a very major stakeholder in the election in Tina Omatiki stance Amana quiet to say NDC na ebia oye na ade. Meanwhile, I heard the announcement said they have now called on all Ghanaians and it's not just NDC4. That's how come some of us, for instance, Arise Ghana has joined in. I'm sure you have the statement from Arise Ghana. Say you are joining in Nyame Aduma Echina yina ye boaboa ye ho ne yakwakoye. Because Kabra entiasie ntimi mamuda. And me are very sure say Ghana enye ye nko na ye dia. We are not an island. And I'm sure the other embassies, the several embassies in this country are also paying attention to details of what is happening. And I would call on all civil society organizations, especially Omo can be a woman. I'm not talking about the defunct ones. Even if you are defunct, you can still revive yourself and arise to save our country from plunging itself into chaos. But the idea for you say I'm ye kwabna. Yeah, and you maybe what say no my time kuchu because we don't have peace until we have peace. Yeah, election way can lead this country into a very serious situation. We cannot have Ghana again. And every one of us is forewarned. And we have to be forearmed. Because MPP for Adane spokesperson Sama easy. Yes, you claim the NDC some time ago also were. Fine. Compare it to the Ekosui. Time anamo can want some electoral commission. Why you say no? NDC 4. if they had even the slightest of a person from NDC, and as obi kura oye EC, New Year obi abetimi akyere say oh wey NDC ni te say de na ebetimi aka say Sami Tete NDC MPP ni te say de ebetimi aka say Boss Masari a former patron your friend is saying of Tescon no ewo Legon campus no te say de ebetimi akyere say apianin ananye ne die no apiahene obi a yene ne trans studio din komo MPP ni ene wono ye adwuma wo EC. Did it ever happen under NDC? Maybe sometimes Karawuni say asumdue crew aboa you say Abuja Bumba eya no msi ohiani na na de ira. But in this case say you say Abuja Bumba ba menyini so ohiani na na de ira because oni hwe ebe ira. Ohiani ni hwe ebe ira. Womo bibie no mo bibi be ira. And the earlier we look into the register and correct it, the better for all of us. There are things that Sebio you must be yenimwa. Say anya careful. Kwabra ma we nya biem. E bedu anu bia we beka say enyo bi na beka say pudu onhye. E betimi ahia me ye de nedwo. And that is why I was say obi bia oye of sound mind. Ah we Ghana ni. I was say odwen ho ekwan a ye be fa so. Kwabra say wo hwe aside from enyoma NDC for abobo so na. How do you see yourself say bia wo kwabra bobi ansa? On a day wakojina baby a wonim say wo to aba. Now, how do you think you will feel? And what do you think can easily come up in your mind? Because we may try to want to maybe raise the temperature and all that, you know. I don't think, say, electoral commission, in the air course in the street. I don't think say Kandapa unim de ekoso because say onim any bra Ghana for any abre going into the election aye kona me ya sure say obema omo any ill advice me ya sure because kwara I get so restrained so much so that nipa betimi adwini deeply because anya bia kwabra me kai 2008 Kandapa was in charge of defense. I
think interior.
He was in charge of defense. He was a defense minister. And Akufo. And he said publicly, your friend is saying security has broken down. He was not in charge of interior. The one in charge of interior was then Kufo changed Kwame Nabatel's from information to I could remember. I can just find out. I've forgotten. But he was in charge of defense.
Now Adokufo
was defense, and he had left to contest for primaries to want to be the flag bearer, and he had lost. And President Kufo and Funlani BM Amana Abem Obi Okoye Bia President Kufo and Funlani BM from 2007 Obia Okoye Bia all the 17 people no, including the Owe Nina Obia ni one more President Kufo fan one Abem. And you know Kandapa was in charge of defense still. Now, so what shares our time on now the tutu and then impose our brand no you bet me akasena and you be ante because and then to mobilize is not difficult. And then to mobilize, say, Besremi and Kono, and this can you could not quite know what to who no, and this and then a different. And we don't have only one satellite in this country. And Wakasimakwa cancel internet and I'm a chum. There are so many avenues in making sure that people are mobilized. And I don't feel, say, yes, meaning say Akufo-Addo is reckless. I know I know how people have behaved in the past, and I can look at their history and tell what their future looks like. I can tell what presently they are thinking, and I know how they want to, seek for asylum elsewhere in other countries by making sure, say, they plunge this nation into chaos, to use that as a reason to want to fly away from town. I know about all that, but I just want to find out, say, are we ready as a people, as a country? Say, yebe pese yebe hu bibia, sempo enye warlike a bene nasana, because kwabra obi eni obetina ewiase kwabra ya meka say we di twato abribia say so obi enya wutumi na obedi wuso a woni ne wo twakan na, because we have witnessed the Kufuado who never got our mandate, especially in the second term, who has done things regardless how we felt, regardless how we disagreed. And I use e-levy for the example, say, oh, person will get tax. Not tax our obedi and obi say we are to bottom for tax. And our person will get. The entire population of about 98% of this country said no from the polls. But this is a Kufuado who used members of parliament on the ticket of MPP to make sure, say, Obama Sebi, Ahoma so yenkon. Kasa yekase nyina is because, kwabra, say yakoto aba na genuinely, the Ghana for pe, ayawa. But you say nipa krono is always minded because when him say Ghana for 2 minute krano into oya dia, when him say Ghana for asede ni na shede na oye meboa. But say when you to me as the Ghanaian or no eya wo man pani a abribia no him say you to me na man be man pani. In the case of Akufuado eye ani yeboa. Ene so no ye man pani. Eno na ani yeboa why ye unim any about destroy your democracy. No, people don't even look into your friend is saying they don't analyze the issues properly. Because here the impunity and what James and any boss masari ni no they had your more panel is because any boy am an to say they are not answerable to